Here is a Compaq Evo D510 desktop, which I found a few years ago. It has a 2.26 GHz Pentium 4 processor, 640 megabytes of DDR RAM, has a 250 GB hard drive which I installed, Serial ATA with the SATALink Serial ATA controller card, and it has a wireless card which I also added in. It originally had, I think, only 256 megabytes of RAM, had a 200 GB hard drive which has since been long gone, and originally had a combo drive. I mean, right now it has a DVD CD writer. It also has an ATI Radeon 7500, 32 megabytes, which I added on. Has built-in Intel A45G extreme graphics, if you know how extreme it was back in the day, as in extreme frustration. It has a built-in speaker, as it was known with their business line of desktops. And let's get this puppy started. You can hear it's pretty silent. Here's the SATALink PCI card I have. And now we're starting at Windows 2000 Professional. This originally shipped with the Windows 2000, even though it is certified for Windows XP. But this one has a Windows 2000 certificate of authenticity. So I figured might as well put the original OS it originally shipped with. And you'll hear the built-in speaker. I put in a Wi-Fi card on this machine, so I don't have to be fumbling with the Ethernet cables. Disconnect here. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright, now I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Let's run Opera. You'll have a listen at the original speaker that it has.
My insurance rates are probably going to double.
But Dad, you've got...
Allstate. With accident forgiveness, they guarantee your rates won't go up just because of an accident.
Smart kid.
Indeed. Are you in good hands?
CBS Friday. Undercover Boss is the show that redefined reality television.
It was an awesome experience.
These bosses aren't just changing jobs.
I saw things that blew my mind.
They're changing lives.
I'm going to give you $100,000.
No, you're not.
Don't miss the Emmy-winning Boss.
We live in a shelter now. Things are gonna get better.
I think I did need someone to come into my life and tell me that I mattered.
Undercover Boss, CBS Friday.
Billy Joel's A Matter of Trust, The Bridge to Russia on CD and Deluxe DVD Blu-ray. Pick up Billy Joel's A Matter of Trust, The Bridge to Russia, an expanded version of the 1987 live album from the USSR tour. Includes 12 previously unreleased tracks. Pick up Billy Joel's A Matter of Trust, The Bridge to Russia in stores on iTunes and Amazon.com from Columbia
Here's the system
Legacy.
properties window.
Billy Joel wants to give you the Bridge to Russia and a trip to New York. Enter to win a VIP trip to see Billy Joel live at Madison Square Garden and your own copy of A Matter of Trust, The Bridge to Russia live CD DVD set. Click the banner now or visit BillyJoelCBS.com to enter to win the Billy Joel Bridge to Russia New York flyaway. No purchase necessary. Click the banner in the radio.com media player now or visit BillyJoelCBS.com to register to win a VIP trip to New York to see Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden. Compliments of Columbia Legacy.
The Home Depot has big news, as in big, new 12x24 Classico glazed porcelain tile for just $1.98 a square foot. So let's bring an outdated floor, wall, or budget back to life. You'll also find coordinating contemporary mosaics, handpicked to pull together a bath, kitchen, or hallway worth posting about. Let's do this. 12x24 porcelain tile, just $1.98 a square foot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. While supplies last, U.S. only. See store for details.
When my sister and I sat...
And if I remember correctly, uxwbill has a couple of these machines. So let's go to his video. And it's a shout out for uxwbill. I mean uxwbill, something like. Sorry if I get the name wrong. Ah yes, uxwbill. Let's go to his video, and I'll show you how playback is on this machine.
Oh, here she comes. She's up.
Well, hello everybody, uxwbill here again for another computer video. And this time around, I'm digging way back into the archives when someone somewhere along the line, several years ago, probably at least 2, when I would have made my Desk Pro EN fan speed control video, wrote me to ask and became aware of the fact that I had some Compaq Evo D500 and D510 computers. Like the Desk Pro ENs, these are small form factor computers. Unlike the Desk Pro ENs, these did not seem to come in a desktop style case. It was either small form factor or tower, where the Desk Pro had a lot more options. Small form factor, tower, desktop, and a convertible case that could be switched between them. As you can see, I have a few of the Evo D500 series systems. These are probably the last really great systems that Compaq produced for business use before everything went to HP in a handbasket. Some of them are right on the line because some of them have HP markings and other ones have Compaq markings. This one right here has been cosmetically cleaned up and restored. These 3 are functional, but have not necessarily been restored. They have sticker residue on them and stuff like that, but they're fully functional. And then this on top is a Compaq Desk Pro EN small form factor machine to give you an idea of how the Evo D500 is really not much more than what a Desk Pro EN wanted to be when it grew up, so to speak. What I have right here, the Compaq Desk Pro EN is on the left, and an Evo D500 is on the right. The biggest difference between these two machines is that the
And once again, shoutouts to uxwbill. Even though I try to see if I could control the fan speed, unfortunately this one does not have that analog controller, unlike the one that he has, which has the analog controller. Even though I do get this little menu thing for PWM, but that doesn't affect the fan speed at all. Frankly, in Windows XP the fan would go pretty high for no reason. So but in Windows 2000 it runs much cooler.
maximum volume that it can manage to output is pretty good as well. By using the speed fan software, I have set up a custom profile to keep the fans just a notch above their minimum speed so they're still quiet but they move more air, they hold the system temperatures down, and speed fan can automatically control.
Just like his does, but anyway, let's get out of the browser. And I mean, I don't really have much software in this machine since it's pretty much a clean install. I just mostly use it to stream music from, you know, CBS FM, as I showed earlier. You've got your regular basic stuff. I mean, let's go pinball, for example. I mean, who doesn't miss pinball? Wait, my ball went out. the hell was that about? Alright, that's enough. And once again, your start menu, typical start menu. You can see the other computers that I got on the side right there. A couple of iBooks, the D600, which I have yet to make a video, and Compaq CQ60, two iBook G4s and an iBook G3, a Target TS30AS, I think it's the model number of that one, and Toshiba Satellite L455. That Lenovo desktop on the side is a friend's computer, which also has a built-in speaker as well. And I mean, it's pretty clever for what they did. Let's just shut this puppy down so I could show you a interior tour of my system. Here's a funny thing. After this machine shuts down, I'll show you something. Now, while I was on this flea market, they had these keyboards brand new for only $1, as well as this Belkin mouse, also $1, which is quite interesting. Now let's get to the I/O and the interior of this computer. Now, to get inside the machine, it's pretty easy. You just push these two latches on the sides and it'll just slide right out. Here's a DVD drive and the hard drive, and as you can see, it's a Serial ATA. So I'm not really using that IDE connector here. Here's your RAM, and here's where the processor would go. Pretty warm in there. And a floppy drive. Now if you look closer, you'll see the PCI Wi-Fi card and the Serial ATA card, which is the red one. The green one is the Wi-Fi one, of course. And unfortunately, you need to replace the CMOS battery because it keeps whining about the time being reset. And you know, if you want to access the PCI stuff, you can just take this little part out and bam, you got your PCI slots available. You can see it has a external Serial ATA connector to connect the second drive or whatever. I have the secondary antenna for this. I just have it put away somewhere. And you can see that the PCI, you just put the riser card to it for the 2 slots. So it just goes like this. Of course, if you want to add a video card on this, you gotta take the riser out and then just put it in. Which you can see it's an AGP slot. If I remember, it's AGP 4X. This would be your chipset and all these other chips you see here. And it has a copyright date of 2001 or 2002, so I was pretty close to the date of manufacture of this machine. And you can see these guys were a little creative. You can see a palm tree graphic in there, and you can see designed by Compaq engineers in Houston. Super I/O, of course, here. Now to the back, here is a Once again, this is the antenna for the Wi-Fi. As I mentioned before, here's your parallel port, your PS2 mouse and keyboard ports. Here's your DV9 serial port, VGA to use the integrated graphics. Here's your Ethernet port, the ATI Radeon 7500 with S-Video and VGA as usual. Here's another DV9 serial, another DV9 serial port. Here's your two USB 2.0. Here's your line out and line in, and your typical cheesy power supply. And here's a switch in case you want to enable it, so that will alert you if it was opened or anything. I think it's called the chassis intrusion thing, chassis intrusion. And I believe this button is to receive the CMOS or something. Slides out. Oh! And over here is your built-in speaker. Just a little typical speaker. Nothing too special about it. And here's how you just slide it back on. Of course, it's really tricky to put it on. And you just slide it back in. Wait. Just make sure you align it first. And you just slide it in now. Bingo. Simple access. Anyways, that's it for the Compaq Evo D510. God! Let me show you a little tour of the BIOS. If you want to look at a certain feature, you can just pause the video, so you can look at it thoroughly. The language selection menu. Anyways, that's it for this machine.